Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron held a bilateral meeting near the city of Nice. This is the first time when both leaders are meeting after elevation of India-France ties to a special global strategic partnership. India and France are deepening their partnership in technology with a shared focus on startups, innovation and emerging technologies. After inauguration of Bharat Innovates Summit, both leaders toured the exhibition and interacted with innovators. The Prime Minister of India and the French President then headed to a villa, a century-old house that is built in ancient Greek revival style. After a brief walk around the villa, both leaders held delegation-level talks. Prime Minister of India was flanked by External Affairs Minister and the National Security Advisor of India.
A key focus of the discussions was also on strengthening and diversifying bilateral ties in the fields of economic growth, technology and innovation.
Prime Minister Modi's visit to France focuses on highlighting India as a global hub of innovation, digital transformation and entrepreneurship. He will be heading to Slovakia before coming back to France for the G7 summit, which is scheduled to be held from June 15th to the 17th.
Your Excellencies.
Let's talk to our assistant editor for foreign affairs, Sidhant Sebol. He's joining us live from France. Sidhant, the first leg of the Prime Minister's visit has completed. He's now headed to Slovakia. What is his itinerary in Slovakia, being that he's the first Prime Minister from India to visit Slovakia after independence?
Well, a lot of focus when it comes to Prime Minister's visit to Slovakia. He will be meeting the leadership there. He will be visiting important monuments, historic monuments, and essentially sending a message as to how India is engaging with every country of Europe. Now, remember, his visit to Slovakia comes even as he's on a visit to France. He travels back to France. Just a few weeks ago, he was in Norway, he was in Sweden, he was in Netherlands, and in Italy. So a wide gamut in many ways, from north to south to central to western part of Europe, and as to how India is upping its engagement with Europe at a time of great geopolitical changes. Now, Slovakia, one can expect announcements when it comes to mobility, when it comes to defense, and with Slovakia, focus will also be on auto. When it comes to commercial vehicles, Slovakia produces the maximum number of vehicles per capita in whole of Europe. There's a substantial India component as well, India investment as well, and that, of course, we'll get to see during the visit. Now, other than these outcomes, as I've already talked about, there will be announcements when it comes to defense, when it comes to mobility, and mobility has been a key part of conversation for the Indian side. In fact, mobility was discussed between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the French President earlier today during the talks in Nice, and India has signed several such agreements with many European countries. Now, mobility basically focuses on legal migration of Indian manpower. India itself has been opposed to illegal migration, and that is why it has been emphasizing on mobility pacts, on legal migration of Indians, especially skilled Indians.
All right, that is our assistant editor for foreign affairs. He's in France covering the Prime Minister's visit to France and also Slovakia. Sidhant, thank you.